How goes it, folks? Jolly Yellow talking to you. As you may have noticed, you haven't seen much in the way of my presenting, a delayed transmission, sound waves, or any of my other sci-fi posts for the last few months. And honestly, I've been away on kind of some personal stuff. In addition to, I've been thinking about how I kind of want to rearrange stuff here on the channel to tie all the sci-fi together. So this here is just me talking about where the channel's been, where I have been the last few months, and what we're going to do to get things back on track. So the first thing, let's go ahead and lay it out here, is after about the end of April or so, my mental health not doing very well. I had a couple of things going on in my personal life, relationship, work, and things like that. It just took me out of it for a little while. And at the same time, I started, needing a break from science fiction and usual geek culture. So kind of stepped over to crime dramas, and I did a binging of Castle, and I also caught up on the show FBI on Paramount Plus. But that stuff is behind me, and we're getting back into the good stuff. The personal life is on track, and no, I'm not going to go into what all of that is, but I am getting it all back on track. As for this channel, a couple of things I do need to straighten out for you. So first of all, you notice that I have playlists for presenting where I talked about mostly obscure, unknown sci-fi materials. And I had sound waves where I talked about audiobooks and podcasts. And then I also had delayed transmission where I would watch something that had a mainstream major run, but I missed it originally and I'm just playing catch up on it. It is high time to bring all that stuff together. Those playlists are going to stay there for historical purposes, but I am no longer going to be updating it with new material, new content. In fact, the last thing that's going to go into those playlists is, if you look at presenting, you'll see the very last post that I did about the anime Dragon's Heaven. That's going to be the last thing that goes into those. This is also kind of where I'm going to kind of refresh and bring things back around. And all of those playlists, series, and all my discussions about different sci-fi contents are going to all come together under the banner Transmissions from the Beyond. And I'm going to get back to my main purpose of talking about mostly obscure, lesser known science fiction works. But every once in a while, I'll touch on the mainstream stuff as well. It's just that there's already a million posts out there about Interstellar. But how many of you know about Captain Nova? There's already plenty of posts out there about Oppenheimer, but have you watched the Europa Report? So I want to go towards that type of stuff where I'm looking at things and bringing stuff up that you otherwise might not know about or may have otherwise never even heard of. So that's what I want to get back to. Now, another thing you're going to notice is you don't see me, you only hear me. When Transmissions from the Beyond gets up and rolling, it's going to be audio format only. I'll just have some pictures, maybe some trailer clips of a particular work if I have it, but I'm going to be switching over to an audio format, and I'm mainly doing that for editing purposes. Files will be smaller, editing will be a little bit quicker. That's going to be the aim there, so I can start putting these episodes out, a little bit of a faster pace than what I have been doing before. So the previous existing playlist with my sci-fi content, they're going to stay for historical purposes, no longer be updated. There's going to be a new ongoing series that's going to cover all of my sci-fi content, and that's going to be called Transmissions from the Beyond. Don't worry, if you want to see my pretty face, you will continue seeing it in other content on this channel outside of the Transmissions from the Beyond playlist and series. So just wanted to give you all a heads up on where things are going, what we're going to be getting into, and what we'll be looking forward to in the future. You all have a good day. Jolly Yellow out, and as always, keep exploring.